Okay, this is part two to what really is God's temple. If you didn't see part one yet, go back and check out the previous video. So, what I'm going to be talking about is what is really God's temple, and did God use Joseph to create Jesus through Mary? Okay. Back in those days, women had to be virgins when they were to be married, and if they weren't, they were considered hoes and more than likely killed, unless she was a widow, and even then I'm not sure they even remarried or were allowed to, depending on tradition. Okay. Do y'all remember the story about the woman who cheated on her husband and was about to be stoned? Jesus said, "Let he without sin cast the first stone." Okay, so how was her husband able to know she had cheated? Did he catch her in the act? I doubt it. I think she would have been killed before she had a chance to run. And do they say anything about the man she cheated with? He surely would have been killed, maybe faster than her. So why is this important? Well, because these fake teachers of the Bible don't tell you that they were about to have sex and her husband found out she wasn't a virgin, and that's how he knew. And let's be serious, she may have lost her virginity before they even were an item. So what was cheated on him really translated to, in my opinion, it would have been cheated him out his energy of courting her, cheated him out the possible work and funds he may have paid her family, and cheated him out her virginity, of course, which was very important back then, because a girl and a boy family would come together and designate them to each other, and when the girl was at her period stage, whatever that may be, but let's use Mary's so-called age of 14, the boy and girl would do a marriage ceremony and then go into a tent and have sex. The boy would come out with blood all over him after it was done, and then everyone would celebrate. Also, sometimes I guess a man of older age would take a younger girl around the same age of when they just got their period, and the process would be the same. And if he came out with no blood, then the chase was on, and it was all bad from there. I say all that to say this: there are young girls today who are so-called virgins but are doing oral and backdoor sex to hide their sexual actions. So Mary and Joseph doing other sexual acts before Jesus' birth? Maybe. Mary being a virgin but not necessarily without sexual experience? Maybe. Did Joseph have any kids with Mary? Maybe. I'm not sure, but you let me know. So did Joseph really wait until Mary had Jesus to have vagina sex? Or did the source really use Joseph to have Jesus, and when the source said, "This is my son," it meant because of Jesus thinking like God, loving what God loved and hating what God hated? If y'all believe that God, the source, pointed some energy from the sky into Mary, then you might as well believe God came down into Joseph and was Joseph and took hold of Mary and got her pregnant, then left. Joseph then left Joseph, and Joseph went back to his everyday lower self. I'm just saying, God came down as Adam, came down as Joseph, came down as baby Jesus, then sacrificed the best part of itself so we could all come together as God. That was the chance we received. One thought on one accord. The best energy stays, and the trash energy lays asleep. But energy doesn't die. Well, it gets recycled and gets not only its conscious but subconscious wiped clean, meaning even spirits won't remember their selves, and this is death.